Hey guys, it's James, and we're here for our round 20 betting tips. We only have one, two, three, four, five more rounds to go, and finals, but like finals, you obviously don't get as many games. So, dude, we are flying through, and yeah, we're not sitting as pretty as we were. I think we got to over 1,500 at one point. So, one of those weeks where we pretty much broke even. None of the bonus bets hit. So, like every time we lost a bet by one leg, like the next bet lost and then the other one got up, so it was like we just won the three with no bonus bets, so there was no real profit for this round. So yeah, we'll go through them because I'm a little bit behind already. It's like 2 o'clock and I haven't got this video out. But oh dude, the Friday night game, amazing game. Our boy Nank, who I've been so bullish on all year, he hadn't missed, excluding that sub game, he freaking missed. Oh, it was his first proper miss of the year, so super unlucky. Dersma, I said as well, will have quarters where he can have like 3 touches. He kind of like Zach Guthrie. Both of them this year. I know Dersma plays on the wing. Zach Guthrie plays like in the back line, but both of them I've noticed can have really high disposal quarters. Bogarty for a goal was like easy. He's averaging over 2 goals in his last 10 games. Hasn't missed in 10 games. He was kind of just that little bit of extra we needed to get $3. Same with Rory Laird. He was a safe one. He got, was it 29 posies or something? And he was taken off because he was like sore in the end. But maybe something to consider. Billy Dowling. I was so happy with this pick. I think he's only missed the one game in he's played 6 games now, right? Dowling. Yeah, 6 games, and he's only missed that one game by 1 posie. He got 14, so that's freaking insane. So he was great. He's actually not on Ladbrokes already to bet on, so I can't include him in my tips for the week, but be someone to definitely look out for. He's on the Sunday game, last game of the week, I'm pretty sure. This round, Adelaide, last game of the round against Hawthorn. So keep him in mind, even though he's not on this week's form guide. Anyway, the second game, GWS versus Gold Coast. Alex Sexton, dude, I think I'm off. His form is just, he's just crumbled since I've started betting on him. He had like a month and a half of just averaging over 20. As soon as I bet on him for 20, he barely gets 15. I'm like, all right, I'll bet on him for 15. He gets like 11 posies. It's just annoying because every time I try and drop the bar for him, he's just not hitting it. So maybe his little purple patch is finished. Kieran Briggs I still like, even though he missed. He still gets around 13, 14 posies even when he does miss. He's been great. I thought he'd actually hit it a bit. I thought he'd hit pretty easy, considering there was no Jared Witts. It was just Ned Moyles. So not to be. Lockie Ash was the freebie, although it was kind of... wasn't sure he was going to hit. He ended up on like 23 at the end. He was fine. Brent Daniels, he's only really had that one miss. It was like 14 posies, so he's been great. Flanders, like 40 plus posies, just a beast. So those guys not to worry about. Kieran Briggs I like. Alex Sexton though, out of all that there is, I'll be looking for different options, I think. Next game, St Kilda, West Coast. Oh, Wanganeen Malira. Very unlucky. Well, he had a lot of it late. He was just close. He had a couple of kickouts and a forward 50 entry, but it was too little too late. He probably wasn't going to hit in that last quarter. Mason Wood again, fine. Hunter Clark, great. Harley Reid was probably the only confident one for West Coast at the time, and yeah, he had a massive like start. I think he was on like 3-4 posies like super early. I love seeing that. Like, nothing shitter than someone you've got money on and they get like 1 posie in the first quarter. You're like, well, there's no point watching the rest of the game. But I'm still keen on Wanganeen Malira, so I would definitely bet on him again, even though we missed this week. So not much else to worry about there. Bet for Hawthorn and Collingwood. Oh, this is, yeah, so huge shout out. Selexry or Celery, or there's an X there in the name, but dude, thank you. I've got the screenshot. Huge shout out. So in the video, Selexry, I'm probably butchering that, said Dacos got bullied last time Hawthorn played, and I checked, they did. I didn't remember. He got like 4 touches, 4 or 5. It was not much, and I'm like, Hawthorn don't really have a tagger. I don't know if that like going to impact him that much. But yeah, even still, I took that bit of advice. Thank you so much. And then I actually changed my bet. So this doesn't count the total. I'm only showing the bets that I include in the video. This was then my own bet that I swapped out Dacos for Maynard. I actually changed a bit of the bet once, you know, when like the odds are slightly different, there's like other players I'd like instead. And I forgot to include Bobby Hill for a goal. I really liked him. So huge shout out, dude. You won me this bet. So again, not included in the total, but huge bit of advice. So yeah, really appreciate that. There's always usually a nice comment on the YouTube or in the Discord. So yeah, shout it out definitely when I can. So thank you heaps. Everything else was great. Darcy Cameron, absolutely loving him. Dylan Moore is almost too short to not even bet on for 15 anymore. He's averaging like 20 plus posies. Killer electric small forward. Well, I was going to say keep riding him, especially while Hawthorn is having this really bullish run, but there'll be a point. He's almost too short, and I hate those odds like under $1.15, especially under $1.10. But yeah, anyway, so next game, Geelong Bulldogs. Oh, that was at the Slop. Oops, sorry, that's the screenshot. Here we go. This dude, Riley Sanders got subbed out, and he still hit. He can have those good games. It worries me how he's still fucking sub target. And maybe when McRae is going to be starting sub, I should probably think like, oh, okay, who is going to get subbed off? Is it going to be Riley Sanders, who's been subbed for like 5 games this year? So thankfully he had a great 3 quarters and got like 17 posies. He was fine. English has found a bit of form, and thank God he hit as well. Usually it's hard for a ruckman in those sort of conditions to get a bunch of the footy. He did. Max Holmes has only missed the 1 game for 20 this year, and Bailey Dale was just kind of, again, I was kind of worried he was gonna, oh, was it? No, he was fine that game. But especially maybe in like a low scoring, well, Doggies played great that game. I was kind of relying on Geelong to play a bit better and have more scoring shots, because players like Bailey Dale or Mitch Hinge, I really rely on for their kickouts. So it's just free posies for them. It's like 5 guaranteed free, well, not guaranteed, but you get a lot of posies just from their kickouts. Last game of the Saturday, the Port Richmond one. Again, this was great. Jackson Mead hit after he had that 14, or never in doubt. I thought he was gonna fucking blue ball us again and just finish the game on 14 posies, but nah, he was fine. Jace Burgoyne's been great on the wing. I was confident in him versing Richmond, because I thought there'd just be so much footy for Port, and Richmond were just going to get walked over by 100 points. But yeah, they did great for the first like 3 quarters and stuff. So kudos. Thompson Dow has been fantastic. I actually pointed him out in like this, I don't know, a couple of months ago now, and he's been like 8 out of 10. So, and Willem Drew, I will always bet on Willem Drew if he's over $1.20, like just straight into my multi. I noticed this week he's under that, so I kind of have to look for other options then. But yeah, Willem Drew, just always if he's over that price. Kyle Oman, Kyle Oman, who I really like for goal scorer, and I thought there'd be an opportunity. I don't even remember if he had a scoring opportunity, which, again, I'm always bullish on them for bouncing back. Kyle Oman, number 1. Oh, he kicked a point. Okay, there you go. So he did have a scoring shot, but yeah, no goal. I'd back him again. Players like, Brad Close, Riley West, Matt Owies, those players who are always behind the predominant goal scorers for your team just provide such great value. So still a fan of Kyle Oman. Joe Danaher, I kind of second guessing myself. I was like, do I get Joe Danaher for 15 against like Sydney? Is Sydney just going to destroy us? But it was fantastic, because Sydney are literally like the top scoring team in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and they were up by like 20 points going into the 4th, and I thought there was no hope. But fuck, that was that was great to see Brisbane stick at it and actually get the win and come back. So sorry, I'm talking about the game, but the game was great. Darcy Wilmot's fine. I'm this close to start like betting on Wilmot for 20 plus. I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's getting 18, or if he doesn't hit, I still like what he's doing. And especially this week coming up where there's no Payne, there's no Joyce, there's no Andrews, there's no big boys in the back line there for Brisbane. So so hopefully these little guys can stick up. Wilmot, Zorko, Starcevic, and Shadowbrain, who will be playing the back line. Goulden was fantastic. I'm so glad I didn't bet on like Neil or Dunkley, who I've absolutely loved, which means I'm probably going to bet on them this week, but both of them had stinkers. Dunkley didn't hit 20. I don't think Neil got 18. He didn't even hit 20. Very, very, very rough. Yeah, Josh Dunkley, 15. Lockie Neal, 18 posies. That's insane. Taylor Adams, like, gave Neil a bath. He was always on him, and he was getting more of the footy. Luke Parker came on him occasionally, but yeah. Great game. I'm just happy the Lions won. Unlucky about the bet. What was the next one? Melbourne versus Freo. Corey Wagner, ever since we've highlighted him, he's just been great. And Brayshaw and Sarong, like, dude, I was very tempted to include both. I think I had them both highlighted in the Excel little form guide. And they both hit. They were great. Brayshaw, like 40 plus posies, just killing it. Neil Bullen as well. His odds just haven't gotten shorter all year. Still hitting 10 out of 10, $1.26 or something. Ed Langdon, who I will go around the $1.15 price for him. But yeah, that was great. Nothing bad to say there. Freo destroyed Melbourne. I actually had a personal bet, another one, where I had Trent Rivers for fucking 20. And he was on 19 with like 10 minutes to go in the fourth. And do you think he got it? No. Oh, very annoying. Last bet of the round. If Aiden Core, he hit 15, and I'm like, yeah, he's having a good month. You know what? I might back him. As soon as I put my money on the counter, slide it across, and yep, give me Aiden Core for 15, turns to a potato. Had like no touches in the first, ended up with 6. I know it's, not necessarily, it's not his job to get the footy. So him getting 6 disposals isn't like him having a bad game, but it's like very unlucky. I thought he would at least still get a lot of touches from the half back line because Carlton were going to destroy him. That was my thought anyway. And North Melbourne put up a bit of a fight. So maybe that's stuffed up the theory I had going in. Blake Acres would have hit if he didn't get injured, so it's nothing really to be concerned about. He was like the freebie, and George Wardlaw been great for North. So yeah, just unlucky with the last bet. I hate when the last bet loses like that. Not even like a bonus to go into next week. So cool. Let me just set this up for going into our bets for. Here we go. Bets for this week, the Friday game, or tonight. Shit, I need to get this out. Carlton versus Port. So let me scroll up because these are all the wrong ones. Yeah, sorry, this takes a while to sort out. So yeah, the players I like. Willem Drew I've highlighted, even though I just said I like him for over $1.20. That's why I haven't included him in this bet. I think he's better value than that. Well, can be. He's still green. It's over 1. I don't know if I've explained this. Anything over 1 is good. Jackson Mead, who just blue balled us 2 weeks ago, and then he just got 15. He was fine. I'm keen to back him again. Green and green, $1.50. I was tempted by Ali. I've been watching. He's been great recently. But if I'm going to pick one, I think it's going to be Jackson Mead. He's averaging 1 more posi more than Ali, and his form is slightly better. So I really like Jackson Mead. Elijah Hollands, I had another bet on him last week and against North. And I think in the first quarter, I was a little worried. Second quarter, not so much. And then he had a great third, and he was just all over there. And sometimes I'm like, oh, fuck, is he going to be taken off the ground? No, he seemed to have really good time on ground. I haven't actually checked the stats behind that, but just from eyes on the game, he seemed to be there quite a bit, which I really liked. So happy to back him again. Travis Boak, who I've highlighted, who's had just 2 20-plus posies games in a row. I'm usually not a fan of like the Travis Boaks or the Nat Fifes or the Steel Sideboard, like the older boys who could do it, and now I'm just like, you could have an injury risk or get subbed. They're still hitting it, they're great, but it's just I don't know, don't fill me with confidence. But again, each to their own. If you like Travis Boak, go for it. He's in good form, good disposals. That's just a subliminal thing, I guess, a subconscious reason why I'm not betting on him. George Hewitt. We have 2 green and greens in this game. 2. We have Jackson Mead up the top here, and we have George Hewitt down here. George Hewitt, I have a little note. It's just cut off. What does it say? Only missed twice when not subbed, and the 2 misses he had, 19 posies and 18 posies. Those are the games he's just missed. I'm not including the sub games. Sub games will come on in the 4th quarter and get 5 or 8 posies or something. So I'm not including those. When he plays a full game, So we'll have to see. I don't know who's starting sub tonight. I could have a quick look. I know it's not announced, but who is on the bench? All right, he's not even listed on the bench. Great. Hewitt. He's actually listed on ball. Perfect. So he's not going to be starting sub. Fantastic. So I really like Hewitt. Yeah, that's already my 3 legs. Combine those. We have green and green. We have, it's very close. Elijah Hollins is like 4 cents off being green and green as well. So I'm very happy with that bet. I like Connor Rose as well for 25. He would have easily got it last week. He got subbed off. Well, not, I don't think he got subbed off. He got taken off like 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. So like very early into the 4th quarter. Was it some... I was kind of watching it on mute. So I don't actually know what the problem was. They're trying to get him back out there. And yeah, 24 posies taken. Again, I had a personal bet on Connor Rose for 25. And I'm like, just fucking send him out there, get a cheapie, and then get him back off. Look after him. But super unlucky. So he would have hit. His last month has been amazing. I know he had the injuries early where he wasn't doing much, and then he rested up forward and just not good. But yeah, he seems to be back. So again, that 24, that could have easily been like 30 plus. So he's had a great month. Only goal kickers I like here are Matt Owies. I know Charlie Curnow is averaging like 3 goals a game, absolutely destroying it. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing if you wanted to bet on Charlie for 2 goals. His form of the last month hasn't been amazing. Like, yeah, I know he kicked 4, but like there's games where he can go unsided and then just bob up for 20 minutes and have a blinder. So I'm super happy with Owies. But haven't bet on him because I like the other bets that I've included so far. So, yep, there's the form guide. Next game, we have North Melbourne. Oops, let me scroll on this one as well. We have North Melbourne versus Geelong in Tassie, right? So, my bet for that. Tristan Cherry, the ruckman for North. Oh, dude, he's having a great year. Awesome year. We have a green and green. Got to make the most of these green and greens. And what? He's going up against Blitzavs in the ruck. So Cherry, yeah, he should have a good game. Hoping so anyway. Zach Guthrie, been fantastic all year. Like to include him. Averaging 18 posies, like 9 out of 10. So again, he's been a player who's proved himself this year from the games I've watched where he can have a quiet quarter, 1 or 2 posies, and he doesn't rule himself out. So I really like that in a player. I've highlighted Wardlaw and Myers if there's not much value elsewhere, because when you look, I'm like, oh, there really isn't much. So when there's no value for, like, you know, the green, lime green, and the yellow, then I'll start highlighting players in the orange. And you can see I've already done it with Max Holmes, who I like, who's only missed 1 game this year for 20. And it was recently, and I've said it before, like, he doesn't need to be on ball to get 20 posies. He can easily do that from half back. Yes, I know they're versing North Melbourne, but I mean, even just the last 2 games, or the last couple of games, North gave Carlton a scare. Richmond gave Port a scare. Just because you're versing like one of the bottom teams doesn't mean like your backman isn't going to get the footy. So, yeah, I still like Max Holmes. Luke Davis-Uniacke, who I've been pretty bullish on all year. Oh, sorry, my nose is so itchy. He's just missed in his last 2 games by 2 posies last week and 1 the week before. So I still really like him. That 17 did give me a bit of a scare. He did have a very quiet game. I can't remember who it was against, but I did watch it. So I've highlighted him, and I know it's 7 out of 10, but those last 2 have been very close. He's averaging over, so I like him. I haven't included him because, as you'll see for goal scorers, Brad Close is just the gift that keeps on giving. He has been so freaking consistent. He's probably, it's got to be between like him or Nank. Well, Nank let us down last week, so yeah, Brad Close has probably been our best bet. Like, we'll have to do I'll have to look back on it later, but yeah, Brad Close has been amazing. So I've included him, Cherry, Holmes. Look, literally, I've only highlighted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like people actually, hold on, let me say it again. I've only highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4 people that are like yellow or higher. So I've had to dip into an orange category here just because I find Max Holmes way more secure than LDU for 25, but Max Holmes is averaging 5 more than what I'm asking for him to get. So And plus, we're at our $3. I don't need to do anything else more risky. Because again, I feel like the most risky bet is Cherry. But dude, his form of late has been so good. And you can't miss him out in the field. The big, tall motherfucker with the helmet. So, yeah, Cherry is popping off. I love him. He's doing so good. Next game. So, we have... Oh, are we going to this one? Drive down to Goldie. Gold Coast versus Brisbane. The betting... Dude, some of the betting for these games is awful. I'm just going to skip the 15 posies. Look at 20 and 25. The only player I've highlighted is just Wilmot, and he's just getting very close. But I wouldn't even really, bet on it. I'm very close to wanting to bet on him for 20. But in my bet, I've gone for 15. But it's just... I might start doing like another color where like I'll highlight a player like in green. Like Josh Dunkley, I like... But if his value goes up, because like I know on game day, his value is going to go to like $1.15, $1.20. It always happens. So every time I show you these videos, the odds do change, and it's just very hard to get the bet right now. Because fuck, look at that shit to pick from. That is so trash. So anyway, the 15 posies, Bodie Ueland, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but Bodie. I watched him last week, and even with Lockie Weller back, he's still hit. So I highlighted him last week, and I'm like, fuck, I really want to bet on him, but I know Lockie Weller's back. Is that going to fuck up his scoring? He still just hit 15, so we have a green and green. I have to take it. Oh, Ueland? Bodie Ueland. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, so I'm going to back him playing halfback for Gold Coast. Jared Berry, 10 out of 10, averaging 20 and a half, like almost 21 posies. Just jump on him for $1.20. That is fantastic. And I say some of the players' value goes up, like Dunkley. Players can also go down. They can also decrease, get shorter in price. So the only reason I'm bullish on players like this, because I know they're not going to be $1.05 before the game starts. Berry, though, could go to like, $1.15. So I kind of know that just from fucking betting every week. But you can sometimes, you can have slight advantages betting early, but sometimes I just like waiting till right before game day. That's why I only bet, I do all my, like, the ones I'm guaranteed a bonus bet. I show those on stream here. Then the rest I kind of just have my picks, and then, because it might change on game day. Darcy Wilmot, who I like, averaging 20 posies, fantastic. Jared Berry, who I just mentioned. Wilmot as well, who I mentioned, that is getting very close to the 20 bracket. No one I like for 25. Obviously, I like Neil to bounce back after he had a stinker and was like, Adams gave him a bath. So I would highlight Neil, but again, it'd be like, a color just to pending. When he gets over $1.20, then I would include Lockie Neal. Goal scorers, Ben Long is 10 out of 10, so like, that's insane. But like, fuck that, I'm not cheering for Ben Long to kick a goal. I would much rather Kai Lohman, who just missed the week before. So that's my bet for that one. But yeah, if anyone else comes up in value in the 20 posi bracket, or Lockie Neal, or excuse me, I'd probably take Bodie off just because he's... It's very hard though, because he's green and green. And Gold Coast are a beast at home. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's my bet for the moment. Haven't actually placed it yet, but that's my tip. Next game, we're going to St Kilda versus Essendon. Essendon need to win this, but St Kilda, not an easy beat at the moment. There's more here to pick from, which is great. So Wanganeen Malira straight off the bat, who missed last week by 2 posies. Confident he'll bounce back. Josh Battle has had a good stretch. I liked him earlier in the year, but he had, I don't know, he seemed more 50-50. So if he's hitting his last month and he's 8 out of 10, there was a point where he was like 5 or 6 out of 10. So he's got those shitter games out of his cycle. And I'm like, okay, I could probably jump on him now. Mason Wood, been fantastic all year. He just missed that one game against Sydney. Can you blame him? And then he barely hit against Adelaide, like in the pouring rain. So back to 19 posies against West Coast. That was great. And Rowan Marshall is averaging 21 posies. I did dip into the orange category here for this one, just because Wanganeen Malira and Josh Battle. Well, Josh Battle's probably the riskiest. So sometimes if I have a risky one there and I'm close to $3, I'll just include a more, certainty one, which will be Rowan Marshall there. Jai Caldwell's been in amazing form, and Sam Durham, I've highlighted him, but just be careful because now Parrish is back. So I haven't included them. And like, I'm not going to fucking chuck money on Parrish first game back. I need to see what he's doing first. So, so just be careful with some of the Essendon mids. Is there enough footy to go around? Like, they could be fine, but I just, something like that, I'd rather wait. Wanganeen Malira, who I mentioned before, just missed. Not really any good value for goal scorers. We did ride Harrison Jones a bit. $1.77. You know, I could highlight him because he has been hit his last three games. Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably the best option I like there. I'm not super bullish on anyone else, but yeah. Again, it's sometimes hard to pick, and the 15 posi bracket, there's usually always a bit of value there. Always a bit. So, yeah, that's my bet for the St Kilda Essendon game. Next, we have Melbourne Giants. Hopefully should be another good... Oh, dude, yes, I love when there's already so much value popping off the page. First of all, someone who I'll mention, I was tossing up whether to include them. The little kid, 18-year-old small guy, Harvey Thomas, sorry. He has hit in 2 games and then missed. And then hit in 2 games and then missed. Is he going to hit in these next few? He's $3 and he's, you know, 50 at the moment. He's 50%, you know, not really. In his last 10 games, he's hit 5 out of 10. He's averaging just under. Huge value. I was almost tempted to just put Harvey Thomas in and then put like, you know, Finn Callahan for 15 and then like Tom Green for 25 or Jesse Hogan for a goal. You know what I mean? I would just want Harvey Thomas and then like just certainties. But I didn't go down that path, even though I was so tempted to. Oh, very, very, very tempted to. If someone else jumps on him, I wish you all the luck. But $3, that's insane for someone who's actually been in okay form. Toby Green, who just missed last week, I do like Toby Green, but yeah, I've gone Brent Daniels, who's averaging 19 posies, and his one miss was 14, so yeah, he's been pretty good. Ed Langdon, I've included Ed Langdon and Neil Bullen. I just keep riding these guys. Neil Bullen is just not missing. I say that, and you know, I'm still going to keep backing him. Neil Bullen's been great. Stephen May, who I like, surely he'll get a bunch of kickouts. Did I include him? I did, yep. Oh, we got a 5 leg for this one. Surely we'll get a bunch of kickouts versus GWS. They're in good form. Connor Iden, who I like, I've highlighted him for 20. He's kind of like my Darcy Wilmot. Both these guys I was betting on a lot last year, both Wilmot and Connor Iden, and they're both begging to be picked for 20. Connor Iden is probably, you know, that step ahead of Darcy Wilmot at the moment. Look, his last 5 games he's hit 20. Oh, I'd be very tempted to just rearrange that. Oh, I've already bet it, but yeah, I like Connor Iden. Lockie Ash is there too, but I don't know. I like Connor Iden just slightly better to get it. Finn Callahan has had a great stretch. Did I include? Oh shit! Everyone I've included is on the 15 posi bracket, so there is a lot to pick from there. Because like you go to 25, do I want $1.10 for Lockie Whitfield, or then it jumps to Trent Rivers, who's hit 2 out of 10? Clayton Oliver, who's fucking washed at the moment, so nothing to choose from there. Goal scorers, Toby Green's been on fire, but again a bit short, so Jake Riccardi is probably my next favorite. I've highlighted Daniel Turner because he's hit all his games in his last month, and being $1.46 is good value. And Max Gawn, I keep highlighting Max Gawn as a goal scorer and not actually betting on him, but 1.7 for value is fucking huge. Usually you'll get players like just over 1, like here 1.08, 1.02, 1.1. 1.7 is fucking nuts. But again, I just can't do it. I just can't do it when there's others to pick from there. If there was nothing here for value in the 15 posi bracket range, look, then I might go Max Gawn and someone else. But there's a lot to pick from here first, which is, you know, another reason why I didn't go Harvey Thomas. So highlight the value there if anyone else has got the balls to do it. Anyway, so the Derby game, Derby, West Coast Freo. I never really include game results, but this one to just get me over $3, I've included Freo for the win, and Jager O'Meara has had a great stretch. I know he missed a couple. That's kind of the deterring thing. If he misses, it's like by 5 posies. It's not like just close. So hopefully he can get enough of the footy there on the wing. Corey Wagner, I've highlighted, has been great for us. So I'm tempted to back him again, even though it is against West Coast. But Caleb Sarong, who both Andy Brayshaw and Caleb Sarong are just beasts. Caleb Sarong has just one better form. I've included one of them. I reckon I'm very tempted to include both. Look, I'd highlight Brayshaw too. I don't know why I've just highlighted Sarong. I like Brayshaw and Sarong. So if you guys want to pick one of them, I've gone Sarong, but yeah, very tempted to include both in this bet. And Jeremy McGovern, oh, that's all right. So that was, so he got 15 posies last week when he was a bit injured against, a couple of weeks ago. When was it? Can't remember his last game. Was it against Brisbane? Anyway, I forgot who he played. His last game was before he was injured. Before that, though, he's just hitting 20s out the park. Well, not out the park. He's just getting 20s. And then he had that 15 posie game where he was injured. Now, they're versing Freo, and West Coast are like $6. How many kickouts do you reckon Jeremy McGovern's going to have? He's probably going to have like at least 5. So if he can get 15 posies doing switches around the back or an intercept mark, I really like Jeremy McGovern for 20. The only thing is he just has to be healthy. So hopefully he can play the game out. But if he's healthy, I'm pretty bullish on him for 20 plus. Sweet. So that's the Freo game. Not much else really to pick from. Oh, Jake Waterman I've highlighted for goal. 10 out of 10, averaging like 3 a game. Just Jack Darling's come back as well. It's hard. I don't know. Jack Darling, I just always feel like he just running like a busted ass, barely going, but still kicking goals. Sam Sturt, who I was keen on the week before, came back with 3 goals. So, of course, I bet on him when he gets like 2 posies and gets taken off, and then I'm like, nah, maybe I won't bet on him, and then he kicks 3. So, fuck, I hate chasing form sometimes. I'd rather, I should have backed him when he missed, and then anyway, not to be. So that's the Freo West Coast game. Hopefully that pops off and Jeremy McGovern gets 20. Richmond, Collingwood. Oh, yep, we have some good value here for 15. Oh, I remember. Okay, we have our first little category for 30 plus. So I'm very keen. And if you remember, I just showed in the video before. I showed in this video a little bit earlier. Celery, who commented saying, Dacos was going to get shut down by Hawthorn. And we didn't bet on Dacos, and he didn't hit. I'm betting on Dacos to bounce back and get 30. So he's 8 out of 10 for 30, just absolutely killing it. Averaging over 32 posies. Missed the week before, versing Richmond, a depleted Richmond. I know Tim Taranto's back, who I've highlighted for 25. But yeah, I want to watch Nick Dacos just have a blinder. And Lockie Schultz, who missed goal scorer 2 weeks ago. In that game, he got concussed where he fucking headbutted Tom Stewart. Oh, this is our Sam Sturt for like last week, so he missed. I don't want to leave him, and then he hits. So I'm backing on Lockie Schultz after he missed. And it's against Richmond, like surely he gets one. I've highlighted Ryan Mansell, but it's always in the back of my mind, like subconsciously in the back of my mind, I can't be betting on a goal scorer on the 18th position side. So if anyone else wants to go for him, go for it. 20 posies. Josh Dacos has been super consistent. Dan Rioli, who I love, but I just have to go Schultz, and I'm keen for Nick Dacos, so I don't want to go that as well. Oh, for the value as well, Darcy Cameron, I forgot to mention, dude, he, like Cherry, has been great. He missed that one game because he had busted ribs. I can't remember his 9 posi game, but yeah, I'm really liking Darcy Cameron. So yeah, we've gone Cameron, Dacos, and Schultz. Oh, I could easily add more to this. I could add Maynard. Yeah, I like these players here for 15, like Thompson Dow, Shai Bolton, who's hit 9 out of 10. Oh, there's a couple more I could add, or even do like another bet for this one, but that's what I've gone for the moment. But yeah, if you guys want to see the value here, there's a bunch to pick from here in 15 posies who are, pretty safe. I know Maynard had that stinker 2 weeks ago, but that's kind of been an outlier to his season. Paddy Lipinski also did miss a bit, but Thompson Dow's been great. Shai Bolton, and plus Collingwood are versing Richmond. Surely Paddy Lipinski kicks a goal or two, and it's in the forward line a lot because he's kind of playing, that sort of like well, Jack McRae's kind of doing his role. Paddy Lipinski playing in half forward, and he's good at getting the footy. So, yeah, and if the ball's down that way a lot, so I back him to get 15, even though he's not in my bet. So, just a couple there to choose from. Sydney versus Doggies. What have I got for this one? Whoops. There we go. 320. Oh fuck. Okay. So these are kind of the consistent players who I've been liking. It's kind of hard to see. I might just break the mold a little bit and increase this. So if you guys can't see, Chad Warner for anytime goal. It's at SCG. He's 9 out of 10, averaging almost 2 goals a game. I watched him live and I was like, there's no way he'll kick one against Lions, and he just does. He finds a footy there along the 50 and does a great kick. So Chad Warner for a goal I like, and Errol Goulden was fantastic too. It was great actually seeing all the Sydney boys live. Fantastic. Averaging 31 posies. I only need him to get 25. He's been so good there on the wing. I do like Riley West, but he did miss last week. Oh, this is like our Lockie Schultz. I do like Riley West, but yeah, I have gone for Chad Warner instead. Purely because it's at the SCG and he's averaging almost 2 goals a game. It's very close. Because I have been really on board Riley West this year. For 15 posies as well, I just have, it was Nick Blakey, 9 out of 10, 19 times. 19 posies. He's been great. I know he's in the orange category, but I've also got like Bailey Dale, who's in the orange. So we have had to just have a couple of players with shorter odds just to get over that $3. But yeah, no, I've got Warner. Oh, I might change that. I've got Warner for 20 and a goal. I know he hasn't missed 20. I don't think he's missed 20 all year. Oh, I usually hate double dipping for a player for posies and a goal. So that might be me either getting Riley West or just taking Chad Warner out for a goal scorer entirely. Taylor Adams was good. Jake Lloyd, he just misses. So I know it's 7 out of 10. And I know he's hit 1 in the last month, but... Or maybe we go... Oh, anyway, so I'm not fully decided on that. Liver for 20? I wonder that 9 game includes some of the ones where he's got concussed or he got taken off. Yeah, I'm just thinking if I was to take Chad Warner out. Anyway, that's the bet I've predicted or, put up there for the moment. Or maybe Sam Darcy. Yeah, I've just noticed I've included Chad Warner for both. Look, he could hit both. Like, he's 9 out of 10 for a goal and 10 out of 10 for 20. So, on all accords, he could hit both. I just sort of hate having to ask so much of a player and when I've got other legs. Like, if I'm asking that for a player, I'd kind of only want 3 legs or something. Like, goal disposals. I said, like, posies and disposals together. And then, like, something else. Like, I don't want to have a 5 leg and 2 of them be the same player. Anyway, that's just me having a second guess of that. Let's go to the last game, and that's the form guide. Last game, Adelaide versus Hawthorn. What do we have? Oops. There we go. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, this is kind of another one where I'm backing one player. Mitch Hinge for 25 is $2. Now, he averages 25 posies at Adelaide Oval. He averages 21 away, but 25 at home. And he averages almost 4 kick-ins a game. And it's against a pretty decent Hawthorn at the moment, who are in good form. A lot of small forwards who are in good form. And they have, you probably all heard Daniel Hoyne's stat as well, that Hawthorn have the highest, or a free kick count on the 50. Oh, fuck. Am I saying that wrong now? Their small forwards get the most free kicks. I think I've butchered that. But the point is, I'm thinking it'll be down there a bit and they'll have some scoring shots. And Mitch Hinge, I think he'll take, 5-6 kick-ins. So there's already a decent chunk into his posies, and he averages 25 at home. Like you can see here, this 24 was at Marvel, the 12 was at the Gabba, 31, 33 were at Adelaide Oval, 22, I can't remember where that was, 31 I assume was at Adelaide Oval. I did go through this before, but yeah, I like him for 25 at home. Roy Laird, who was good last week, who was taken off just a little bit towards the end because he was sore. But yeah, he's coming great now. Might only be able to bet on him for a couple more weeks until... Because Matt Crouch is coming back, right? And we were betting on Rory Laird early where he missed like 3 in a row. So maybe take advantage of him while he's hot. Al Amon, who I've highlighted, who's 9 out of 10, 23 posies. He's just hitting 22, 21, 20, 19. Like, I do love a player with a very small range. I hate the 40 posies or the 14. I do like a player who's, very consistent. Luke Nankervis, yes, no, I included him. He missed for the first proper time this year last week. He got 12. I'm happy to bounce back on him again. And just to round out my bet for the goal scorer, I got Darcy Fogarty, who's averaging 2.5 a game, 10 out of 10. I love his goal song. It reminds me of Blades of Glory every time he kicks that. So Darcy Fogarty, I'm sure he'll get one. Even though Hawthorn will probably come out pretty strong. But yeah, I'm really backing Mitch Hinge. I love watching Mitch Hinge play as well. He's a great kick. He reminds me of, like Dan Houston off the back line. Yeah, so it'll be great to see him play. I have also highlighted Connor McDonald for 15, Brodie Smith, Dylan Moore, but it's kind of too short. So, maybe if I was doing this bet as well, you could take out Darcy Fogarty, put in Dylan Moore. But at Adelaide Oval, I'm backing Darcy Fogarty to kick one. Yeah, anyway, so that's the bets for this week. That's, the last of it there. So go back to this one. Hopefully we can keep the tally going up, increasing, get over the 1,500. I was hoping to get the 2K at the end of this year. That's what I got last year. So what have we got? We got a month and a bit to go. So and finals, we can maybe include finals in that total profit and loss. See how we go. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you again for the comments, the liking the video, the sharing. I really appreciate this. This is really going well, and I love your support. So anyway, I'll be chatting to you guys next week. And anyway, good luck this weekend. Peace.